I'm sitting in a railway station, got a ticket for my destination. Welcome back. Welcome to lesson 2. Hopefully you reviewed lesson 1, and that song that I just played, that great Paul Simon song, is the basis of what we practiced in lesson 1, which is that movement on the 6th string from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret to the 1st fret to the open string. I'm going to add the right hand part now, and then we'll go back and play what we played in lesson 1 with the additional picking there, and you'll see the basis of this beautifully written song by Paul Simon. What I played in the beginning, the intro there, I'll show you. We'll go back before we wrap up, and I'll show you what I was doing there, because those things you're also going to be playing shortly. Those involve chords and single note riff things that are important to that song as well, and mostly every other song also. So let's go to the right hand for a moment, and if you can see here with the sunshine the way it is, I'll use the pick, but try to get out of the way. That picking style is called alternate style picking, so I want to show it to you. The first note is the 6th string. Just leave your left hand off for now, just use the right hand. Go down toward the floor with the pick, and then go to the 4th string and come up. So you're alternating down, can I see, down, up. Down is on the 6th string, up is on the 4th string. And practice here, start to think about, we talked about in the review of lesson 1, good timing, so consistent timing between those notes, and gentle pick dynamics, just nice and easy, just enough to get the string moving and vibrating. The speed at which you play this is referred to as tempo. When you practice, the tempo is entirely up to you. You pick whatever tempo you're comfortable with, so if you can play it consistently at this speed, then that's your practice tempo, and that's fine. You can play it faster over time as you get used to moving around like that, and the mechanics and the muscle memory build up, then do it. But keep it consistent. You don't want not yet anyway. Right now we want consistent timing, consistent pick dynamics. Okay, so you can practice that if you need. Just shut the video off and practice that for a while, get that sounding good. And I'm going to go back up to the frets, and we're going to put it together with the frets. So I'm playing 2 pairs of these on each note. So we're on the 3rd fret now, and I'm going to do this pick the right hand part twice. Okay, then I'm going to do it again exactly the same way with my finger on the 2nd fret of the 6th string. I'm looking at the camera, and I should be looking at my guitar, yes, and on the 1st string. Okay, so let's do that a couple times. That's a nice slow tempo. So get that working, and if you need some time, practice. Pause the video and practice until you feel like you got it. And then when you have that down, I'll show you the last phrase is open, E with no fingers down, and whichever finger is comfortable, the 1st or the 2nd, if you can use your 2nd finger, on the 4th string, 2nd fret, right there. Okay, and that same picking dynamic. So that's 6 and 4, fingers there. So one more time, all the way through, nice and slowly. So take some time and get that working. If you get past that, you've actually mastered quite a few mechanics already in early part of your guitar playing career on the right and the left hand. And then we'll add some other pieces in there, and let me just kind of tee those up for you before we conclude, and then we'll do a review of lesson 2 in the next video, and we'll go on to lesson 3, which has a lot more information about chords in there. So I started the phrase there in the intro with this thing, which is kind of hard to see. All the fingers are in the way, but basically, by holding down different notes and different strings at different frets, you're creating different notes. And if you hold them down and play them all simultaneously, they create a chord. So in guitar playing music, we have a few things to work with. We have notes by themselves, like the ones you're playing, one at a time, single note. We have notes in combination, like that one that you're doing, kind of, and with some tempo and timing to them, which creates a rhythm. So we have rhythm, which is based on the timing of notes and the timing of things that attack and hit. And then we have multiple notes, polyphonic, played at the same time, which on guitar is done this way with holding strings down on certain frets, and creates chords. Okay, some instruments can create chords, some cannot. Some instruments are not polyphonic, like wind and brass instruments typically. Piano, guitar are, so we can do some things they can't, and they can do some things that we can't. So we can play chords. These are chords. So I opened that song with the G chord, and then we did some single note work on the second string and the third string, and some things that are really interesting to do on guitar. Hammer-on is when I play a note, and then without picking my right hand, I just play it once, and I bang my finger down onto one of the frets, in this case the first fret, and it creates two tones from just one pick. And then I can pull it off as well, so it's literally called a hammer-on when I go down, and a pull off when I take it off. So in this case, that song has that riff in there. So that's a hammer-on. And you definitely, I'm going to show you those. They take a little longer to get used to, but you're definitely going to want to incorporate that into your acoustic guitar playing, because they're really nice and they're used in quite a bit of music. That's it for lesson 2. I'll see you in the review.